grand jury. I think this is an important pivot point for America, is we've got to get this out of the system. We can't just be half-baked with conspiracy theories and kind of just pat it down. We either have to validate that these conspiracy theories are real or they're not. I certainly know where I come down on the matter. They don't exist. And so this is part of the painful healing process for the Republican Party for us to move past this moment in time. I mean, this temporary moment of insanity is what I think history is going to reflect as this time of being Republicans.
So were they focused on the former president's efforts to find 11,780 votes, as he said, just one more than he needed to win? Was it mostly focused on that? Was it mostly focused on the fake elector scheme, right, where there was a fake slate of electors put forth in Georgia, their access to voting machines? What are you able to tell us just in terms of the areas where they focused on the questioning to you? Well,
I know this isn't the answer you want to hear, but it was a very wide-ranging conversation across a lot of different topics. As you can imagine, as the president of the Senate, I had the purview of committees, I had the purview of legislation, I had the purview of misinformation, and of course I spoke out very early in the process against the misinformation. And really, it was to the core of why I wanted to, right? Within hours of the election, it seemed obvious what Donald Trump's play was. It was to spread misinformation and create little social media grass fires. And I felt like, myself and millions of other Republicans would tamp it down. The unfortunate part is there wasn't the millions of Republicans behind a handful of us. And unfortunately, the fire burned out of control. And 2.5 years later, we're still in the same position we were then, with this guy leading our Republican nomination process. But I do think this is a pivot point. I do think this is going to be a changing tide. And this is an opportunity for somebody to step up and do the right thing here, totally turn their back on Donald Trump's ways and past, and lead this Republican Party in a better direction that is policy-centered and a tone that invites people to join us on this journey of trying to fix this mess that Joe Biden's put us in.